Alright, so cool. A lot of people have been asking me when the festival is, and more importantly, what it is, because a lot of people have been talking about it. If you haven't seen any of my videos, of course, then you should have heard it at least somewhere else. But if this is your first time hearing about it, then you definitely want to know what it's about. So this is more so for the people that are new to the game, or anybody that just wants to refresh their memory on what the festival provides and what it could provide this year in 2023. But this video will still be applicable for any other festival going forward after 2023. A lot of people have been asking me, so I thought I should make this video, even though I've already made it in a short form version. I said I made a short form version, but I felt like it'd also be good to make a long form version, because there was a lot of details that I didn't actually get into for that short form version, because there's only 60 seconds that I could use. But it's always good to look back at what we've got, so you could look forward to what you could possibly expect. So yeah, you're looking to get your feel on the festival, so let's actually get into all the details that you can expect for this video here. So the festival is a celebration similar to the anniversary. It's not exactly the same, because in the anniversary we celebrate the fact that the game's been alive for a year longer. So in a sense, the anniversary is just a birthday for the game. Don't need to go into more detail because this video isn't about the anniversary. Going into the festival is similar to the anniversary, but the difference is they're really just celebrating the fact that it's the end of the year and everybody's had a year playing the game, assuming you've been playing for the whole year anyway, but there has been players, of course, that have been playing for the whole year. So they're celebrating in a sense to say thank you for playing throughout the whole year, and then as a result they give out some hyped characters that a lot of us can expect. I feel like the best way to go into what you could expect would be to go into the past in terms of characters, so I'm just going to do that very easily. In 2021, I think it was the first time that they gave us 2 Legends Limited characters side by side, and at that point Summonable Ultras were not as popular as they are right now. In that year we got Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, also known as Goku Blue and Vegeta. They were the first unit to release in the game with the tag mechanic, and at that time, which we're going to get into later, new mechanics were very much wow. They're very much wow. Not to say they're not now, but at that time, because it's the first tag unit we've ever got, and if you look in the game right now, there are a bunch of tag units, a bunch. Them being the first ones ever was a really big deal. That was only one side of the banner, and I believe they dropped with only Broly on the banner, the green Broly that's not even used anymore. On the other side, the other Legends Limited we got is Sword of Hope Trunks, who's actually seen a lot nowadays because of his Zenkai. Sword of Hope Trunks gave us a beautiful LF. People really like the LF, but it wasn't really a debate, let's be honest, against Goku Blue and Vegeta Blue. But Sword of Hope Trunks did his thing. He came and actually buffed Future to the max, arguably the best team in the game at that time, and he came alongside with Goku Black and Zamasu, so another 1% sparking. They were an assist unit, not the first in the game, but an assist unit was something also people were looking forward to at that time, so it was pretty cool to just get those 2 banners, and they gave us a bunch of Z power on those banners. Nowadays every single Legends Limited banner has like 2 times Z power, but if my memory hits me correctly, they gave us 3 times Z power on that banner, which is insane. Pulling 1 copy gets you 3 copies. What? That is mad. Everybody was getting high stars on these units, which is why the banner was so profitable. People get shafted a lot. Only in the festival would you see something that free, basically. Let's be for real. So you can imagine a lot of people were satisfied with that part of the festival. In that same festival, after those 2 banners dropped, later on in the festival they dropped the first summonable Ultra, which was Ultra Super Gogeta. Now this Ultra here, in my opinion, came with the best, and I mean the best, soundtrack we've ever had in any reveals, even to this date. The reveal that they put with Ultra Super Gogeta, I'll play it for you a bit right here.
I'm neither Goku nor Vegeta. I'm the one who's gonna take you down.
It was absolutely phenomenal. The hype that he brought when he was revealed was insane, and of course he was the best in the game. An Ultra being the best in the game, not really a shock, is it? Maybe now with Gold Frieza in the game. But he was bringing the pain, man. The amount of damage he could do in such a short amount of time, the amount of cards he would do, the blue card damage, there's too much going on with him at that time. But now he might just be looked at as a little background character, which is actually quite sad. We should also dive into 2022, which is more recent simply because it's last year, but they used a different format than the 2021 format. So in the 2021 format, we already expressed the characters. It was only 2 parts, even though there was 3 banners. So Goku and Vegeta Blue alongside Sword of Hope Trunks banner released at the same time. Then later on, they just dropped Ultra Super Gogeta, which was 2 parts of the festival, but 3 banners. In 2022, they gave us 3 banners at 3 different parts, even though I believe the Ultra, which was in the 3rd part, counts as the 2nd part, which is just how they named it, but it's 3 parts to make it simple. So in part 1, we got Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, the tag bros, the 4 bros, whatever you want to call them. They're very, very good. Even to this day, to be honest, if you have a solid GT team. And of course, they were like the sole unit that was able to help GT actually become a solid team. The GT, when it comes to getting buffs, it's like the hardest thing to do in the game. Legends has a difficulty in buffing GT, but they did it so right with the Tag Force banner. They gave us a 1% sparking Android 17, and he was actually very, very effective on the GT team. He still is, because the GT team is just so tight and compact, especially with their equipments. Just works very well if you want to use the team. I wouldn't say they came with anything spectacular, but just the way the kit was formed for the Tag Force made them very much usable. A few gimmicks here and there, the tag switching, the blue cards that they do when destroying cards, the explosive green, just really helps them get the edge over a lot of units. Part 2, it was future based, so we got the Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegeta, or Vegeta Blue, whatever you want to call him. That tag unit there was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not like they were awful. They were just worse than every other character that we got in that festival. I personally prefer Trunks' side, but off reading the kit, it would look like Vegeta's side would be better. But hey, it's to each their own. And they dropped with a 1% sparking on the side. That sparking being used to this day more than Trunks and Vegeta as well, which is Zamasu. Zamasu is actually very, very good because he has endurance, which is actually a big help in any meta, just keeping you alive that extra bit longer and having to specifically nullify the endurance to actually get them gone instantly. It's actually quite a hindrance if you don't have a character that can do it 24/7. And then in the final part, I'm sure you guys will remember, if you aren't new to the game, we got Ultra Gogeta Blue. Ultra Gogeta Blue really brought the pain because his gimmick is even being copied right now with Ultra Super Janemba. Ultra Gogeta Blue had the blast counter, so if you did any type of blast move against him, blue cards, blast cards, it would literally be countered. Even green cards that are beams, he would hit it with the Mudadana and it's gone flying somewhere else. I'm not even gonna lie, straight chained into a blue card or even an ultimate. That being added to the game had a lot of people complaining, and if you can see how people are complaining with Ultra Super Janemba right now, imagine it the first time around when nobody would believe that that could be possible in the game. But yeah, as you can see, the character aspect of the festival is really, really grand. They always bring characters that are going to be very, very hype, characters that have big moments in the series, and they also bring units that will have amazing kits so that if you want to build a certain team, that team will very much flourish no matter what. Just off that alone, you should be able to see that it's very much something that you should be saving towards, even more so than anything between the anniversary and now. I know a lot of people have been going for Ultra Super Janemba, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because Ultra Super Janemba is an amazing unit. He's actually probably the best in the game, if not second best in the game. I would say second though. But there's a very large chance that Ultra Super Janemba won't be around when the festival begins, because the way they drop units with good kits, boy, you might regret your Chrono Crystal spending instantly once the festival starts. So that's the bulk of the festival when it comes to the characters. I've already explained the hype around it. I already explained the value of the good kits. I've already explained the reason why you should be saving, but there is a lot more to it. So let's get into this. I'm not going to go into every single event, but there are a couple of events that people are used to returning. So I'm just going to mention a couple off the top of my head. There's one that comes out near the end of the festival, which is where you're able to get a bunch of Legends Limited if you are paid to win.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Now, that sucks, doesn't it? But they do give out a few tickets for the free to play. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. So there's this New Year's banner at the end of the festival, and they pretty much just drop it, and it has every single Legends Limited that released throughout the whole year, and some from the further past as well. So you'll be able to do a multi, I believe free to play, if not a couple singles, and the singles would have a chance of granting you a Legends Limited, but the multis give you one Legends Limited guaranteed, maybe more than that, and they're pretty much just easy ways to get the older units that you missed out on. So for in my case, I missed out on LL17 at the start of the year. He's most likely going to be on the New Year's banner, and if I'm paid to win, I can go into the shop and actually buy some extra tickets through these bags. You probably saw the Summer Happy bags. It's a similar process to that, and then I'd be able to summon, and I can even do a 10 Legends Limited multi. If you type in any of those on YouTube, you'd probably see a bunch of content creators doing some sort of video like that. So if you're wondering how that happened, that's available during the festival. I also want to point out that the Legends Fest is probably the time where they release the most Chrono Crystals they ever have throughout the year. It probably might match the anniversary at max, or if not more. So if you're looking for Chrono Crystals, the festival is a big time to obtain more. But of course, because there's a lot of banners releasing at that time, I'm predicting at least 3, they're more likely to give out Chrono Crystals, just like in the anniversary. So even if you are low right now on Chrono Crystals and you're worried about saving so you can get these big characters during the festival, they will still give out a lot of Chrono Crystals during the festival. I believe in the anniversary, they gave about 30,000. Last year, they gave about 20,000 plus. In the festival, so you should expect big things nonetheless, so don't worry about that. They also do this other thing where they just give you tickets based on how many chrono crystals you spent throughout the year. So for those whales, if you spent a lot, you will get a certain amount of tickets that correlate to the amount of chrono crystals that you spent throughout the year. So for the guys that are mega whales, they will have a bunch more of these free to play tickets. There's pretty much just a crappy banner with a bunch of sparkings that you might not really care about, but some of them have good Z abilities, some of them are actually usable. You'd be able to summon on that banner for free with these tickets that you would have got based on how much you summoned throughout the whole year. I'd say those are the big notable things that I would mention in terms of events. Outside of that, I'm not going to say it's fully regular. They might go out of their way to add some more special things. For example, they have the chance time event that they did in the anniversary. It's possible to expect that to come back for the festival as well. Now, just to end the video, I think the last thing I should obviously mention is the when the festival is. I did mention a few dates here and there, but specifically the festival starts in November, late November, spanning all the way through to the end of the year when the new year begins. So let's say November 20th, around there, you should be anticipating the festival to start within a 2-week span, give or take, and then the festival would end at New Year's pretty much, and that would be the end of it. It's quite a long time. It's like a month and a half to say, give or take a couple of days or weeks, but that's pretty much the span of time you should expect the festival to begin. I can't give you an exact date because every year is slightly different, but yeah, that's what you need to know. I should probably add as well that they're going to be very, very generous with resources. So not just chrono crystals, I'm talking like anything else you need. Souls, fragments, equipment removers, slot removers, that's what you call them, any other equipment as well. Just in general, they're super generous in the festival, way more than they already have been in the anniversary. Z power, legend limited Z power, anything you need, they're gonna have it. So be ready to collect everything you need. It's literally the best time to play, and yes, even more so than the anniversary. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, man. Hopefully that wraps up all your questions about the festival. If there's anything else you want to ask that isn't related to specific characters that we will get this year in the festival, because honestly nobody knows, we're all just predicting, definitely be sure to leave them down below in the comment section below, and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. But yeah, press the subscribe button, man. Hopefully this video was useful. My name's Zakashi, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.